Like, I've been sitting here trying to think of an intro for this, but there's no other way to put it other than Donald Trump is a sucky human being. He is the worst of the worst, and let me just tell you why. So I'm pretty sure anyone who's anyone is mostly aware of the 60-minute story that was supposed to be aired on CBS News, basically exposing the Trump administration and ICE's inhumane treatment of deportees and the conditions they faced in the CECOT prison they were sent to in El Salvador. But you know, as things usually go here in the free speech country, the CEO of one of the most prominent journalism entities in the United States decided to pull the story to protect Donald Trump. Fortunately, the story did end up airing on news channels in Canada, and from what I saw, I fully comprehend why they didn't want it airing in America. CECOT is the prison that Trump has been sending Venezuelan immigrants to, and the conditions they face there are just abominable. One of the people who were interviewed for the story said that as he entered the prison, the guards said that he would never see the light of day again. He said that they were tied by their hands and knees, that there were many people who were urinating and vomiting from the adverse living conditions. The guards savagely beat them, and quote, he said that they were already in hell. Another person who was interviewed for the story reported being on his knees for 24 hours on end, as well as many other stress positions. He also said that they took him to a room called The Island, which was a dark, isolated room with no ventilation where he'd often be locked for days. And he was sexually assaulted by the guards there, and food and medicine would often be withheld. And the only clean water they had access to was toilet water. And he had to endure all that, being racially profiled as a gang member simply because he had tattoos. Let that sink in. If this doesn't properly illustrate the extent to which Donald Trump is a racist, then let me tell you this. 48% of the people who were there, the Venezuelans who were deported to the CECOT prison in El Salvador, hadn't even committed a crime. And this is on top of the Trump administration pushing for asylum seekers to be deported to third countries, a country that is neither the US or the country that they're from. I want any non-white person who voted for Trump in the 2024 election to tell me whose country he's referring to in this clip.
It's crazy what's going on. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that.